Hi everyone. Sailor Moon here. And Sailor Tuxedo Mask here. And we haven't done a live stream, I guess, since since the 6th month. And we haven't now we got our first watcher, a first thumbs up, you know. Hi there. Welcome to our live stream. Hi, my friend. Two watchers, or lookers, or seers. One thumb up. Um, first off, how are you doing? How are you? Doing all right? Learned that Sailor Moon Cosmos or Sailor Moon World won't is gonna take a long, long time to come out. So yeah, and I just want to say once again, thank you for buying the two offshoots of me that you did from eBay. And as you know, we do have a new Reckoner now. It has small soft Windows 11 on it, and you are very welcome, my friend. Thank you. It goes and it's a E. Hello, someone goes. Um, well, welcome to the live stream. I guess you're the Tudif one. It said new Reckoner or shooter. Well, the Reckoner's new. The shooter's still the same. It's the jelly one. So really hasn't, the Reckoner shifted. But the shooter's the same. It's the jelly combo one. Even though we did buy another one from Aldi's, but that was mostly just a backup in case something should happen to the jelly combo, but I don't really think that's going to happen. Yeah. So anyway, so anyway, a lot of folks always want to ask us. They're like, sorry for there all that coughing there, and really not much you can do about it, you know. So I know there's going to be someone out there that's always going to ask, "Oh, how long are you going on doing this?" Or, they'll say, "Oh, well, you got enough watch time and you got enough, followers. Oh, you should go for mateship." Well, first off, no. I don't never ever going to go to mateship. That's never ever going to be our thing. Even if they shifted, you know, the things to get on it, we still not going to be on it. And I'll tell you what. One, we're already following the followership oversight and a double right oversight. You know, why would we want to be following the owner? Why do we want to be following the mateship oversight and the followership? And mean the showings oversight that always shifts. I don't know if it shifts monthly or weekly or yearly, but it always shifts. So, no, thank you. And any income you do make is going to be tollable. So, yeah, do I want to be fully or halfly answerable for that income toll? You know, I don't think so. So, no, mateship's never ever going to be a thing. You know, and I know someone. Oh, another thing someone want to ask. Do you want to ask this Sailor Moon or should I go do it? Whenever you want to talk about Tuxedo Mask or Evening Coat Hide or Dairy, whatever. So everybody likes to ask us, they go, why haven't we never gotten in a bad standing or a bind with Double Right, with Toei or anyone? Because we don't put anything in our songs that could be that could be owned or double righted by anyone. No songs, no film games, no films, nothing. Not even things from shows or films. First off, we don't know how to even skim any of that things. Two, we don't know how to skim any of that any of those things. So that's why we don't do it. You know. First off, we don't skim our films, so yeah. So if we don't know how to skim nothing and don't want to skim anything, we're less likely to be putting anything in. So that's why, because we don't work with anything that could be double righted or have ownership or double right over. No songs, and that also includes working with, stuff from things from films or shows or plays. Well, we don't skim our films. We don't have any tools to do that, and even if we did, we wouldn't do that anyway. So that's why we don't get in a bind with double right with Toei or anyone. You know, it goes, Owens goes, I love you. All right, I guess that's good to know. So, yeah, hopefully that answers your asking thing to why we never gotten in a bind with double right. And you always hear about folks saying, well, I did double right. I did fair work. I did everything, my films, to meet fair work. Well, see, that's the thing. Either you hope that your films meet fair work, and you hope that whoever owns the artwork, doesn't care and goes, all right, it's fair work, I'll leave it alone. But some folks say, oh, that's still my work, and you didn't do enough to meet fair work, in my belief. So you want to go for any of that, you know? Yeah, you're right. You want to go on now, Sailor Moon, Serena? Yeah, that's the grounds to why we don't get any lawful bind or any bind with Toei over ownership or double right, you know, and that's how it goes. And I know there's going to be someone out there might say, oh, what about the dolls? Well, the dolls were trade worked. Someone had the lawful right to make the dolls, yes. But so it would be hard to get double right and ownership over every single doll that Bandai and Irwin had made of Sailor Moon over the years. And, unless someone was making a fake doll, they didn't have the rights to make the dolls, then most likely you could get in a bind that way. But beyond that, no. You know. So, well, what do we got here? Let's see. We have, hello, my friend. How you doing? You're very welcome. Hello. What, a new reckoner or a new shooter? Yo, that's true. I love you. Yeah. Well, that's all we got so far on our shout out box, which is a lot of folks. When we started this live stream, we didn't think we were going to get as, many folks on there. We just thought that, oh, folks are going to be busy and effing doing whatever they're doing, and then it is what it is. So yeah, right now we got 4 lookers, or 4 seers, or 4 watchers. If they're followers, some of them are, some are not. You know. Now I'm just yielding for someone out here to say, oh, that I'm wrong about, about the whole ownership and double right, and about that, or say that I'm a weakling or something for being frightened not to do fair work. Hold on, say I'm gonna pull this hand up my hand a bit, or whatever, yeah, because fair work doesn't work. Even if there's a slight of the double right law, which lets fair work, it doesn't mean that everyone who owns the work or has double right over the work is going to see it as fair work. And unless you can afford to hire a lawyer to get to see a high diva of some kind, mostly either Gaver or Reich or Gaver, that will say, yeah, looks at your work and says, yep, it meets fair work, or no, it doesn't. So yeah, it's more that it's greater than sorry, right? that wasn't true. Because back in the day, from like 2008 YL to about, we're going to say 24 between YL, we once did do things. Okay, we did work with songs back in the day. Yes, we did take likenesses, but sundry likenesses that we either looked up from Google or Yahoo or Bing. But we were lucky because back in the day, Toei or whoever had ownership over the Deke or Cloverway Sailor Moon, or Toei having ownership over the Toei Sailor Moon, whoever were too worrying about folks putting full followings at a show up, or they were too worried about, that to worry about what we were doing. And we knew one day our luck would run out, so we just stopped doing it. So it is what it is. It goes. Oh, 90, George. Guess you haven't. Guess we haven't what? Now, to be earnest with you, one of our followers, I don't know if he or she is a follower of ours, we asked her one time why she couldn't put us in the beginning of her film. And she says, I'd like to, but I cannot. And I believe it's because there's not enough room. That the skimming tool that he or she works, is called Might Overseer. And if you're lucky enough to get any of those skimming tools to work right, Might Overseer probably only give you so much room to put everybody in. Well, anyway, I just want to say it's all right. I understand. You don't have enough room to put me in, so I understand that. Now yeah, I understand that. Yeah, that was the answer to that. Oh, you want to go on, Sailor Moon? It goes, thanks anyway. Well, you're welcome. Anyway, you want to ask us if we skim or cut or clean our films, and the answer is no, we don't. We don't work with any skimming tool whatsoever because in the past we did, and they didn't really work that well. Back in the day, we had SmallSoft, Windows, Filmmaker, and it was a hit and miss when it came to cutting things out of your films. Half the time it wouldn't work. It really, really besmirched your film. And it took too long to fillet anything you did do with your film. You want to put a beginning and end sheet? Boom, I can do that. You want to cut something out? Oh, can't do that. Hit and miss. And then there was ArcSoft. And ArcSoft one wouldn't let you cut nothing out. They do a beginning, middle, and end sheet, but it'll fillet your films fast. And then, right at the end, we ended up working with Mighty Overseer, the same tool you work, Mina, Sailor Venus, or Sailor V. And ours was broken. All it could do was film. So yeah, we don't scam or cut or clean anything out of our films. And I know it goes, yeah, that's understandable. That's right. That's me. So at the end of the day, that's why we don't do that. So I just want to say, how did you get yours to work? Because the one we had back in the day was broken. All it could do was film. Yeah. Who knows? Need be, you were lucky, and the reckoner you got happened to come with that tool, and it wasn't some broken one. Oh, yeah. Ain't that true? And I know there's going to be some folks that might say, well, doesn't YouTube have one? Yeah, and it's not really that good. It's only good at making end sheets. They're like, what about the Apple iFilm? Yeah, it's probably as bad as a SmallSoft Windows Filmmaker. Oh, what about the Sony Vegas film shifting tool? Probably bad, broken, shitty. Mackie Cam, same way. Last Cut, yeah, more like, yeah, they don't really work that well at all. It said, right. It goes, oh, I know what you're probably thinking. I know. How long have we been doing this? How long have we been on YouTube for? for about 10 years. Sailor Moon for Life's been around for at least 10 years. I know it might not be a big deal, and there's some folks that have been longer than us. It says, I think of those tools. It said, dang. Yeah, that's right. But this wasn't the first YouTube fairway we had. The first one was Sailor Moon Red, which was around for at least 2008 while to 2010 while. Then we got hacked. Then there was Sailor Moon's Red 1, and that got fake flagged. Followed by Sailor Moon Best 1. Same thing, fake flagged. Sailor Moon's Best 2, fake flagged. Sailor Moon on YouTube, fake flag. Sailor Moon Red 1, 2, 3, 4, fake flag once again. And finally led to Sailor Moon Tube 11, which we ended up calling Sailor Moon for Life. So yeah, we had many Sailor Moon reckonings over the years. It goes, Sailor Moon Red. It said it was around 2011 round. Yeah, that was a 2-diff one. It only lasted a year before the fake flagging started. It said our show is the greatest, has tools. 2, thank you for watching our shows. Well, you're welcome. I know you probably want to see yourself on here. Yeah, we can probably do that. Hey, when we think about that, you probably want to see yourself on here. Yeah, you're sitting back there right beside. Yeah. Well, you're welcome. Anyway, so I just want to know, and don't mind me if you ask me this or not, is that how did you get your power director or mighty overseer film skimming tool to work? Because the one we got, and we had sundriest reckoners back in the day too. First, we had E-machines of Windows 20.0. We had Compaq Basaria Windows 20.0, Dell Windows XP, another Dell with Windows Vista. Then we had a laptop with Dell Windows 7. We had Acer with Windows 8.1, Gateway Windows 8.1, Windows 10, LG with Google Chrome OS, HP with Windows 10, and some reckoner by the name of ESISHIHUA, Elsa, Windows 11. It says, we worked it to make the Sailor Moon fighters in their songs, and it was a birthday skimming tool. So, in other words, you bought it, or someone bought it for you as a gift. Yeah, that's how it went. Hey, Tuxedo Mask, what? Wouldn't it be cool if we could get Sailor Venus on here right now? Yeah, why not? Let me go do that. And well, today would be the would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Well, it's here we go. It goes, thank you. Yay. Thank you, Darian. Well, you're welcome. All right. Here I am. And I can't believe it. There is someone out there who made a whole YouTube fairway with me and about me. And I just can't believe that. It's like so cool. Yeah. Oh, want me to stand here? Oh, I'm Sailor Venus, Mina, and I can't believe someone out there would do that. Make a whole fairway and have films. Sadly, we can't do any shorts. because we don't got a Wise Wireless Far speaker, so we can't make any shorts. And you can't. They won't let you make shorts if you have a middle top or board top reckoner. So yeah, we can't do any. And someone's like, "Oh, you can just do all this shit with your film skimming tool." Yeah, I don't really think so. The nearest thing we can do to a short is like take our dumb wireless far speaker, film that, put that to the shooter, and then have it film that. And it wouldn't even be, it would still be handled as an upload or a live. It wouldn't be a short. It would just be someone, you know, filming what they filmed on their hand reckoner. You know. Yeah, I know. And it's sad because they won't, because I have feedbacked them many times and said, hey, I want to make shorts on a reckoner, either a middle top reckoner or a board top reckoner. And it seems that they go, oh, no one wants to make shorts on a reckoner. They don't like that. Everyone likes to make, it's like, they're like, oh, they say, they're like, does anyone else want to make shorts on a reckoner? A middle top or a board top? They go, no. Is it just Sailor Moon for Life saying this? Is it just that? Only her? Only him? Oh, well, no one else is asking. Well, I guess it's not a thing then. It said, yeah, well, that's because you got him. That's why you got a Wise Wireless Far speaker that can let you go on the interweb, put on their tool, and take a likeness and make a film. We can't do shorts because we don't have a Wise Wireless Far speaker. The nearest thing we can do is take our dumb far speaker, film something, then shoot that at a shooter, and have the shooter be filming a film that's been filmed by a hand reckon by a far speaker. So yeah, let me show you what I'm talking about. Come on, let me go show you what I'm talking about. All right. Man, just sit here. I could have my stand. I gotta get my Irwin stand now. All right, let me just show you what we're gonna talk about here. Sailor Venus says this is a dumb reckoner. It's not wise. So let's say I want to make a film, and I could do that. We'll say film. We hit film. All right. Oh, yeah. No. Shoot me. Shit. Where am I at? Oh, here I am. Oh, it's me, Sailor Venus, Mina here, and I'm shooting a film on my dumb wireless far speaker. And then I'm going to play this film back on a shooter while it's filming it and see if it picks it up. But it's not going, but sadly, it's not going to take it in as a short. It's just going to handle it as a live or a upload. Okay, end film. End film. All right. Oh, shit. No, I just got it filming now. Hi, everyone. It's me, Sailor Venus here. And this is my short. Now, we all know that this is a dumb wise wireless far speaker. So YouTube is not going to take this on as a short. They'll only handle it as an upload or a live. But I just wanted to show you how it would look like. All right. So then I end it. Now watch this. If I can go into it. All right. Now I'm going to play it back. All right. Oh, shit. No, I just got it filming now. Hi, everyone. It's me, Sailor Venus here. And this is my short. Now, we all know that this is a dumb wireless far speaker. So YouTube is not going to take this on as a short. They'll only handle it as an upload or a live. but I just wanted to show you how it would look like. All right. See? Now I got to go in there and remove the film from here, go into this. Yeah, that's all it would do. At the end of the day, it would, yeah, at the end of the day, that's the nearest thing that, see, at the end of the day, that's the nearest way that we could ever do it. And it would just be an upload or a live of someone filming a film on their dumb wireless far speaker, passing it off as a short, and then they'll say, "Oh, that's still uploaded, still alive." So yeah. So you see. So you see, that's how it goes. Yeah, well, don't feel too bad about it. Don't feel left out about it, Sailor Moon. At the end of the day, Serena, you can still do uploads and lives. Yeah, but the truth is, Sailor Venus, the truth is, Mina, how hard would it be for them to put shorts underneath your thing? It'll say upload, go live, short. How hard is it to do that? If you can make uploads and lives on a board top, middle top reckoner, and a wise wireless far speaker, how hard is it for them to do it for middle tops and board top reckoners? They just don't want to do it. That's all. It said not hard, it's smooth. Yeah, well, tell the folks that run the website that, because apparently in their mind they think it's too hard to do that. Yeah, because that's what it would be. It would just be making some film. Then I just play the film back on my fill the film back, what you just saw there, and at the end of the day, it would still just be handled as a live or upload. It wouldn't be handled as a short. You know, or at least that's my take on that, Salem. That's my take on it. So everyone wants to know, oh, how did Dwayne even get into Sailor Moon? Well, I can go on this one now, Sailor Venus. All right. So Dwayne has only been a Sailor Moon follower since 2008 YL, not as long as all you folks who've probably been into it for years. So Dwayne used to watch Sailor Moon when he was younger, on some days when he was up early enough, and watched it on UPN and WB and 9 between 95 YL, and then caught it again years later on USA and Cartoon. And then years later, the Nostalgia Critic or the past Scaver talked about Sailor Moon. And ever since then, he's been into Sailor Moon ever since then. Mostly the Deacon Cloverway one, even though the Viz one is good, and the Renaissance Atlantic one that one's good too. So yeah, Dwayne hasn't been in the Sailor Moon as long as all the other folks in the Sailor Moon followership have been, but it doesn't make him any less a Sailor Moon follower. He probably knows as much about it as anyone else. It said, "Oh, that's old." It says, "Yeah, truly." It said, "The viewer is." It said, "And the watching is great." Well, were you talking about the film that we made? Or were you talking about, you know, how Dwayne got into Sailor Moon? Because I guess you'd be talking about that, though. Yeah. Anyway, it is what it is. I know some folks are going to think it's odd or weird. Oh, we got a man who's into Sailor Moon. All right. It is what it is. Well, yeah. Well, back in the day, he once did all the words for us. At least he once did the Sailor Moon's word. He used to speak Yeah, I used to speak like either Tracy Moore, Terry Hanks, or Linda Bellatine. Oh, I don't really do it that much anymore. Well, I used to do it back in the day like that, and I got speech box illness many times. It goes, I only wondering, Dwayne, how did you? It said, uh, I wonder, who is this Dwayne? I only seek this film out of it. I'm Dwayne. That's the answer. And the other asking thing is, I don't know, you just happen to be on YouTube and saw this live stream and went into it out of luck, you know. That's all it is, you know. Hey, Sailor Moon, why don't I just make myself a overseer too? Why not? Make Sailor Venus gonna make Sailor Venus a overseer of the shout out box. Shit. No. My mistake. Yeah, that was a mistake. I didn't mean to do that. That was a mistake. I meant to hit you, I meant to make you overseer. Then I made a mistake and hit the wrong thing. So forgive me for that. So now you're overseer of my shout out box. I hit one thing by mistake when I meant to hit the other thing. So forgive me. Mistakes happen, mishaps happen. Yeah, you're being a meatball head, weren't you, Sailor Moon? Yeah, I was being a meatball head. I was. Let's go back and undo every one of these things that the shout out box by mistake hit it all on when I meant to hit overseer, but instead I hit whatever by mistake. It goes. It goes. Yeah, I can't believe you would do that. Make a mistake like that. It said, I love the meatball head. It goes, yeah. Well, I'm glad you forgive me for that. It said, hi, Sailor Moon. Hi, Sailor Venus. Well, thank you coming on our YouTube live stream. Looks like I gotta go now. If I bring other folks on this live stream. Yeah. Folks always like to make a big deal out of the names. They do. They do. I'm not kidding you. There are folks out there that like to make a big deal out of names. They'll say, "Oh, don't." They'll be like, "Oh, well, don't call her Serena. Call her Usagi. Oh, don't call her Victoria." They'll be like, "Call her Serena." They'll like, "Call her Usagi. Don't say Serena or Victoria." I want to forget those Latinist borrowed names were ever given to her. All my work is all I this YouTube fairway is offshooted from my Deacon Cloverway work, not the Viz work. So yeah, I'm going by that name because in that world, that was what my name was. Shit, now my hair is always fucked up. Yeah. Yeah, bad hair day. When you're a doll, you get bad hair days every day. And if you're not a man like, woman like being, there is no way. Oh, sorry. There is no way you can truly do anything about it. So, yeah. And these things here, when I got this offshoot of myself back in the 5th month, I had to over sticky Uzis back on. So there you go. It says, it goes, someone goes, Emperor or something, you. It said, Serena is double dagger. I don't know who this is. She's, yeah, it's the truth. In my world, so I was born in 9 between 82 YL, which would make me 38 years old or so, or 39 years old or whatever. And then there's some other woman named Usagi who was born the same year I was born, became Sailor Moon the same year I became Sailor Moon, and had the same friends except for them all having Dawndish borrow names instead of having Latinish or Frenchish or Hellenish or Spanish or, Farsius or, or Hebrus borrowed names. All of their fiends, all their foes having the same names and behaving almost the same way. Only all my sagas stopped after the fourth following, and hers went on for about the fifth. And if you don't want to know who this Victoria fellow is, well, there must be another double dagger of me somewhere out there that became Sailor Moon in between 94 YL from the folks at Renaissance Atlantic Entertainment or New Birth Great Sea Glee. It said, yeah, that's super cool. It said, yeah, early born. Yeah. So in the Deke world, my name is Serena or Serena Kemble. In the Cloverway world, my name was Serena Usagi Tsukino. Yeah, Usagi was my middle name, not my first name. You see. And if you really want to think that it was only Deke and Cloverway that shifted names, someone told me the German Sailor Moon called her Bunny, which in some of the drawing books, which Tokyo Pop or whatever, Smiley, I guess we'll call it, Smiley did, that was her name in the first offshoots of the funny books. So yeah, you want to open up a can of worm with the Sailor Moon followership. Yeah. It says, I thought it said, yeah. Yeah. So anyway, it is what it is. My name is Serena, and if some folks can't handle that, call me whatever you want to call me. But I think some folks come on this YouTube fairway. They come here, some of them who never saw the Deke or Cloverway Sailor Moon, and only saw the Toei or the Viz one, in their mind, or someone might come on here who has seen them, but then in their mind they want to forget it ever happened or they're against it, so they'll name drop. So anytime I watch the Toei work or the Viz work, I just put the Deke borrowed names in. That's what I did when I watched PGSM, the live Farseer show. It only ran from one following. That's what I did when I watched all the Viz followings. I just took out one name, put the other name in. If that's what they're doing, fine with me. You know. It said, you can't tell folks which offshoot to onlook on their own fairway. It makes no thought. Yeah, that's right. It said, both dubs are my beloved. Yeah, I do like Deke. I like Cloverway. I like Pioneer, whatever, Pathseeker. I also like Renaissance Atlantic Entertainment or New Birth Great Sea Glee. And I like Viz. You're not going to see too many Sailor Moon followers out there that will say that. Most of them will either love Viz or hate on Deke or Cloverway. Or you'll find folks that either like Deke or Cloverway but hate on Viz. So you're not going to see folks that like all three or four things. So it is what it is. Well, yeah. Anyway, here's the backup web shooter I bought. at Aldi's that if the we'll say if the jelly one ever goes one day, we'll just put this one in as a backup. So it said, yeah. So yeah, that's how it goes. Because since the one that came with our Reckoner is very shitty, it only films in 780p SD, and it does a lot of skipping shit in the background. Here's the shitty one that came with our Reckoner. Doesn't really do, yeah, not nothing outstanding. And I made scene that this one that we got here, this is the one we bought as a backup for Jellycam. Oh shit. Yeah. Made scene that one was an HD backup. So Jellycam ever goes, and we've had the Jellycam one since 2020 YL. It said they're truly awesome. Yeah, except for the one that came with this Reckoner, which is shitty. You know. Oh, we bring someone else on here now. Gotta bring on Sailor Mercury. Or bring on Sailor Quicksilver next. I gotta do some little things with the Reckoner. Well, at least I don't have to worry about this Reckoner's fan. Because the HP one I had, the fan would be loud, soft, loud, soft. Then it would overheat. And it would mostly happen if you were like filming if you were like, I don't know, watching something, streaming something, we'll say. And then the fan would overheat and go, eh. And lockups, you can't do all tolls forget will not get you out of a lockup. So you got no choice but to sadly shut it down and go through all this shit over again. At least I'm got to worry about this one. Well, all right. I'm here now. Well, it took you some time to get here, didn't it? Sailor Mercury, Sailor Quicksilver. Yeah, it did. Amy. Yeah, I don't get it either, Serena. I don't understand it either, Sailor Moon. I mean, why do folks make such a big deal about names? Yeah, I don't know either. They're like, oh no, don't call me Amy, call her Amy. It's like, yeah, what's the big deal? Oh, I don't like the Latin this borrowed name Amy, but I love the Dawnish borrowed name Amy. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know at the end of the day, why some folks make a big deal out of things, but they do. So were we ever gatekeeped in a Sailor Moon followership, or at least that's what we call it? And the answer had to be no, we weren't really there wasn't really that much gatekeeping, unless you talk about folks that would say, oh, you like the wrong Sailor Moon. You should like the Toei one. You're not a true Sailor Moon follower unless you like the Toei one. If you like the Deke Cliverway one, you're not a true Sailor Moon follower. That kind of gatekeeping, and then saying we were besmirching the show from what we were doing on our fairway. Then we had someone a long time ago called Sailor Moon Fan Dubber or Sailor Moon Lover Speaker, who got so irked and so angry about Ernest P. Worrell, or Ernest being Sailor Earth, that she thought we were doing it to slight Naiko Takiguchi or Takenshu, however you say her kin name. I'm not making that up. Yeah, believe it or not, Yes, I know. At the end of the day, there was Dustin, there was Jordan, Dustin, and Julia, and the Sailor Starlights, Sailor Star Healer, Fighter, and Maker, who were if you want to say they were the first men sailor fighters. Yes, I know Ernest Sailor Earth came later on, and Snoop Dogg Calvin Caldor came as Sailor Sun after that. You know? Yeah. And Dwayne's probably written the longest Sailor Moon fan sagas or follower sagas or tales sagas, we want to call them, lover tales, since 2008 YL. Well, he writes them and written books. He doesn't he doesn't have it on any website. It's written in his books. Because Dwayne's good at writing in books, but he isn't so good at writing things down on a reckoner and putting it on a website. Yeah, you know, well, you know how that is, Sailor Moon. I mean, everybody's got their strengths and weaknesses, right? You know, yeah, we all know that. And I guess you would probably want to see how some of these how they look like. Well, all right. Why don't you go get the book then? Go get the book then, Sailor Mercury, Sailor Quicksilver, Amy. All right, we'll get you on the books and show you what these writings look like. And keep in mind, it's nothing outstanding. I mean, it is outstanding. At least to Dwayne, it's outstanding. I should pull out my Irwin stand. Yeah. It said, I love your work. Well, if you oath not to get angry or get irked, Dwayne doesn't have any work. Dwayne doesn't work full time or half time. He helps out around the house. He's on Team Stronghold Guild income help. If you're going to be one of those out there that's going to get irked or angry about that, because we've had trolls, Dwayne has been bullied and shamed and guilted by some folks for not working full time or half time, saying that he was lazy because he didn't work full time or half time. But he ain't lazy. He helps out around the house. He does things. So yeah, I don't know where to get that from. So anyway, at the end of the day, I could tell you that what you saw in those written things in the saga, the tale, were good. None forlayable. No way none of that stuff can be forlayed by any book forlayer in the world. First, the asking thing of ownership and double right. Oh, go back and write this again. Oh, you misspelled this. Dwayne really can't work well with a skimmer. So if there was someone who was going to tell him, you need to make the fighters this way, you need the saga this way, you got to make the cells be like this, well, it's not going to work. So thank God he does it for fun. It said making films can be harder, it said, than full-time work. Yeah, even then, because at the end of the day, Dwayne does work at home. He does help around the house. He takes care of the dogs and the cats. He runs the dirt sucker. He he dusses. He takes the clutter cans out on Sunday, brings them back on a loan day. So it's not like he's not lazy. And folks used to say that I was lazy. Yeah, the thing was is that I didn't like learn, and I was always bored or lazy or not working hard. I could have had some learning hang up, I guess. Well, look at you now, and at the end of the day, Sailor Moon, You can do whatever you put your mind to it, you know. And a lot of folks like to say, a lot of folks like me because I was highly wise and I knew how to work reckoners. Yeah. Well, all right. I guess I got to go now. Shit. Oh, bloody hell. Ugh. Stand up. Yeah, just put one back and knock the other ones over. All right. It goes. It goes. Yeah. Said great. It said great statement for showing. It said how the saga of Sailor Earth. It said kind of wondering. It says making. It says oh fought at first skimming your films is like anything else with what's good and considering a shifting anyway. Yeah, well, wits be earnest about that. Yeah, wits be earnest about that. None of that works very well. The film skimming tools that I worked with back in the day, and for anyone who's still on here who is watching that far, should know that first I had Small Soft Windows Filmmaker. Well, I know they shifted it and just called it the Small Soft Windows Film Skimmer. Oh, it can make your films brighter and darker, put a beginning or end sheet to your film. But when you asked to cut something out, one or two things would happen. One, either it would, sandwich your film, meaning you would cut your film in half, and then you couldn't do anything with what you cut in half before or after the cut. So that just made your film worthless, and it took too long to fillet. Then we go to ArcSoft. One was called ArcSoft Web Shooter Friend. Now that was a stunt right there. It wasn't truly a friend at all. It could make your films brighter and darker, give you beginning and end sheet to your film, but it couldn't cut nothing out. Even if you clicked on the cut thing, nothing would happen. Then there was ArcSoft Film Flayer, which same thing. Make your films brighter, darker, beginning and end sheet to your film. Oh, couldn't cut nothing out of your film. You click cut, nothing happens. But it would fillet your films fast. Then I got to the really bottom of the barrel, bottom of the can. Because then I had Cyberlink or Interweb hookup. Mighty Overseer, which this one was broken. All it could do was film, and you really couldn't shift any in the settings while you were filming. So I don't really want to hear about how any of these tools are great. And someone's going to say, "Oh well, I bet I would tell you right now that the Apple Macintosh iFilm probably behaves the same way. Make your film bright, make your film dark. Here's your be an end sheet. You want to cut something out? I'm going to do a hit and miss. I'll fuck your film up for you." Yeah, MachiCam, same thing. Last Cut, same thing. Sony Vegas Film Shifter, same thing. You know, um, it said ache. It said interweb hookup. Mighty Overseer with my beloved. Yeah, you know. So I don't even. So yeah, even the YouTube one, that U-Wave one, is too bad. The only thing it's good at is making your film, giving the end sheet to your film. So I don't really want to hear about. So at the end of the day, I just told you all these film skimming tools are shitty. They don't really work that well anyway. And that's why I don't skim my films. And if there's someone out there who only watches films because of the wonderful lighting work, or the wonderful drawing work, or the beginning or end sheet, or the cuts or the skims, and nothing else, well, then they're missing out on some good films if they only watch that. Because I make some good films, even if I don't do all that cool things. I might not get all the watch time and all the looking. Oh, it goes, yeah, I understand, Sailor Moon. Well, thank you. And some folks out there might also say, I started out with about 5 followers. I'm down to 2 now. Yeah, well, I guess that's what happens. Anyway, so yeah. And a lot of folks always ask this asking thing. They go, does Dwayne, do you watch any other drawing shows? Well, the only drawing show I watch from Dawnland is Sailor Moon. That's it. I don't watch any other drawing shows or drawing film from Dawnland. Sorry. I don't have anything against them. The only one I watch is Sailor Moon. So answer that asking thing, because a lot of folks out there do ask that asking thing. So how many followers did I have? Well, I had 3,145. But then a glitch that a bug showed up and made me lose a lot of folks. So now I only have 3,143 followers. You know, hopefully I get those 3,145 followers back if I'm reading it right or not. Which I guess at the end of the day is not a big deal. There's still other folks out there with a way lot more followers than here, but I think that's a big enough deal. It said everyone has their own likes and dislikes. Yeah, that is true. But if you go by haters and trolls out there, they would have you believe that, oh, more folks would watch your films if you skimmed it, if you cleaned it, if you cut it. Oh, you'd get me to shift my mind on your work. Well, you already made up your mind. These are the trolls and haters I speak of. You don't like me or my work, so anything I do is never going to meet your standard anyway. So, yeah. And I stopped dealing with them years ago. Yeah. Well, there I go. I got one follower now, one watcher, one seer, one onlooker. This is how you know your live stream is boring or not as good it is to some when you start losing folks. Yeah, some bug that made me lose all my watchers or seers on my live stream. You gotta love that one. You know, it ranks right up there with films getting stuck in filleting, which was always a big fun thing. It said, I think that this coughing, it said, and don't, no, the drowns the why don't add nothing, don't skim nothing out, is it's true life. And true life, things happen. And you can't skim things that happen in true life. It's not like a film or a show or a play or a film game or a game or something where you can go cut, skim. Even then the work's not flawless, so it's true life. That's what happens. I think that's what makes these films great. Might not be for everyone. The YouTube or the UWay, watching tool might say, oh, these films might not give my films a time of day. Might say, oh, the film's only got 10 folks watching. That's not good enough. Oh, well, it is good enough for me. It said me too. I like it a lot. You know? So, I don't know what I'm going to, if I should bring someone else on my YouTube live stream, you know. And keep in mind, the only dolls that I have were all mostly Irwin or Bandai, you know, and they came from sundriest websites. Most of them was Amazon or Strong Woman. Some are from eBay, mostly through friends, and one was from the, from a thrift shop, and that was it. It says, it said, do your own. It said, do you feel it's a show with Scott? No, Scott does his own. Dwayne's brother Scott does his own little thing, and Dwayne does his. It said, could you? It said, how could you bring the taller Sailor Moon out? Oh, that's just me. That's the offshoot of me that's been around since 2008 YL. The first doll that Dwayne ever got, that his brother Scott bought for him from Amazon or Strong Woman back in 2008 YL. But I guess I will have to put somewhere else on my YouTube fairway before I end this. And this one right here, that's the Bandai one. Oh. Uh-oh. It says, I love all your Sailor Moon dolls. I only have Sailor Venus and Elderling Serena. Yeah, well, everyone I have before we is Sailor Moon 2001 YL, Sailor Moon Big, some both Sailor Moon Navi 295 well, Sailor Mars, Sailor Mercury, Sailor Jupiter, Sailor Venus, Carrie Knight, Dr. Tomo, Hiller Tomo, Queen Beryl, Ruvius, Wicked Lady or Dark Lady, and Aldeling Serena, King Endymion or King Darien, and you know, two small Lunas, one small Artemis, one Molly, one Aldeling Endymion or Darien, and Sailor Saturn, which is a squeeze doll one from, I guess, Great, whatever, Great East Glee, whatever, whoever made those dolls. You know what, Sailor Moon? You know what, Serena? You didn't tell anyone you were doing a YouTube live stream. Yeah, we do. Why don't you go bring that? Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. That's the Molly one. That's the Kingling, and that's the Elderling Demian or Darien one. And then there's two Luna ones, the same thing, and Luna Ormus, and that's it. Yeah, that's right. Oh, geez, Sailor Moon. Here you go again, making a live stream. Well, what are you angry about, Sailor Mars? What are you angry about, Ray? What am I irked about? Is today you and Ernest came to my house, and the only really grounds you came to my house because you wanted to borrow my funny books. Yeah. Then I said, you going to take them home? And you both said, no, we'll just read them here and be irksome. Yeah. And one time you wanted to kick me off the Sailor Fighters. You still on about that? We made that film like months ago, and you're still on it. Yeah. As you can see, Sailor Mars Ray is still the same way she's ever been. Still always getting irked or angry over something or someone. I'm not always getting irked and angry. But if you start saying shit about me, I will be irked. See, you are irked. You are angry. Because you said I was irked and angry, and I'm not. You're always doing this. You always like to start something, Serena. Sailor Moon. Why don't you just grow up and stop your shit? I'm not irked, not angry. If you keep saying I'm irked and angry, I'm going to get irked and angry over that. And by the way, did you have your other COVID shot? What are you asking me that for? I got a COVID shot going back to 2021 YL. Well, it's still a thing. We didn't have COVID. It was the cold we had back in the 20th month. And it was Mina and Ernest that did it. That time, not us. It said Sailor Mars. It goes, yeah, Sailor Mars sometimes can be a little more mean to Sailor Moon. Oh, the truth is that the truth is in Deacon Cloverway, I was toned a little bit more down than when I was in the Viz world. I was more mean to, in the Viz world, my double dagger, which spells Ray, the same spells Ray, REIRAI, or is it A? Is it RAE, REA, whatever, RAE, whatever the fuck you spell it, was more mean to Usagi than I was to Serena. Yeah. What you need is a showrunner for your YouTube. You need a head inner working follower. Anyway, this just let you know right now that I'm not always mean to Serena or to Sailor Moon. Ray and the Viz world was more mean to Usagi than I was to Serena. Yeah, you know why you were always mean to me in the early days? Because you felt that I wasn't a good enough leader. So you didn't on-look me. Yeah, I made a mistake. All right. I'm sorry that I bullied you back in the day. And I knew I was wrong for bullying you like I did back in the day. You know? Well, anyway, I forgive you. It said, okay, as long as you're still friends. Will always be friends and always will be friends. You know? Hey, why don't you go, before you end the film, why don't you show them your half moon staff? What? The half moon staff? The Kaiserem Silverhurst? Yeah, I can get the fit. Yeah. I can get it to fit. Ugh. Well, before I go, I can. Where's the bag at? Oh, here it is. Oh, blowing up dust. Here we go. Yeah, here it is. Here's Molly. Here's Elderling, Darien, or Endymion. Yeah. Okay, we got 2 Lunas here. And 2 offshoots of Luna. which I really should be in the film. Which one you want? I have about 3 offshoots of the Half Moon Staff. They're all about the same, except the one that came with my 9 between 95 YL one won't fit in my hand very well. This one will. All right. Let's do this. Come on. That doesn't want to work anymore. Oh, man. I got it to work many other times. Doesn't want to now. There we go. Got it to go now. So I got it to work. Don't fall over, laughing when I do. Oh, before I end this. Oh, let's see. Let's pull out the little small 9 between 95 YL1 and see if this one fits in my hand. Need be, it should. Let's see. Shit. I almost lost it. No, I'm not going to go on my fit in my hand. Shit. No, looks like it's not going to. No. Well, this small one from 9 between 95 will not fit in my hand. And it will not fit in the 9 between 95 YL doll offshoot of myself either, so. All right, everyone. Oh, there goes my hair again. Anyway, there goes. So, it said, do you know about, it said, oh, the Sailor Moon dollhouse. Guess what? That's the house I live in now. We bought that house in 28 between YL. Yeah, me and Darian, Tuxedo Max, we bought this house in 28 between YL. So the house you saw is the house we live in now. But I have heard about the Sailor Moon dollhouse that Irwin made, probably offshoot from the Bandai one, I guess. It says, it goes, yeah. The 2001 YL Half Moon Staff will fit in my hand. But the 9 between 95 YL one will not fit in my hand. And even if I do bring out my 9 between 95 YL offshoot to end this film, it won't even fit in her hand. But I could get the 2001 Y. I got the fit in my hand. Oh, sometimes I forget about this other one of myself. Yeah, sometimes I forget about this offshoot of myself. Shit. Oh, sometimes I forget about this offshoot of myself. Your hair's a sty. Your hair's a sty too. So if you like this film, then follow us over here at Sailor Moon for Life. What's the other film that we made earlier this morning when Tuxedo Mask or Darian talked about why Sailor Moon Cosmos of World hasn't come out yet? I, Sailor Moon. I, Sailor Moon. And we'll see you later. Well, how can you be Sailor Moon when I'm the only Sailor Moon? Yeah, you're right. All right. We'll see you all later. Goodbye, everyone.